Moving on, another guy who might get traded this year, which is kind of a surprise. But I suppose we knew the boom or bust potential was there. Is Spencer Dinwiddie potentially going out of Washington because of locker room issues, which we all know. Once there are problems in the locker room, it's hard to get back from that.
Yeah,
Especially once it's leaking out.
Yeah, especially on the Wizards, because the Wizards, they could give a shit how you play. They don't care if you're good, you're bad. But if Bradley Beal doesn't like you, you're out of here.
Yeah.
Like he's the GM. We do whatever Bradley wants. He's okay with losing.
Yeah, he must think Spencer's annoying. And obviously he's fallen off a bit. And he's paid a good amount of money. He's paid $20 million a year. So
very inconsistent.
But he's fresh from the injury. It's like, you're just hoping he'd be great right away? Like, we're not at all gonna. It's very short leash, is what we're saying here.
I mean, he's still an effective playmaker and still does really well. He's never had a consistent outside shot. Still doesn't, and it's tough because now
what are they gonna do if they trade him? What are they gonna do? What's gonna be better? Like, how could it possibly? I don't know what are they gonna get for?
So I got 4 trades, right? So this first trade, it's with the Knicks, and it's more or less like, you want to try something different, we want to try something different. Let's swap guys. Yeah. So it's Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker with Dinwiddie and Aaron Holiday. So Aaron Holiday, Dinwiddie going to the Knicks. Wizards get Walker and Fournier. All those players are in the same boat, as in, we expected you to be better, you're not.
Yeah, I feel like Dinwiddie's got more promise than Fournier, and those guys are the front runners of this trade. So if I was a Wizard GM, I would not be excited about that trade.
Yeah, it's getting. I mean, Fournier at the very least, I think, does what he does best, and that's just shooting and playing off ball. I think he does that pretty well. He's not a horrible defender. Dinwiddie's not a good. I think if Dinwiddie's already, this is considering Dinwiddie's already gone. Like, they're like, you're leaving.
If Fournier got traded to the Wizards, how long do you think he would be there realistically?
Like a year before he gets traded again.
Like, exactly. He's another guy that you just churn and burn. Why do they want that?
I mean, just like, he's just one of those guys that are good enough to be a good trade piece, but not good enough to keep.
I would rather hold on to Dinwiddie and hope he gets some value back than take that trade.
Like I said, this trade's more, but like Kemba Walker also, I'd like to see him on the Wizards. They have things in peace. They've built a winning system already. I mean, the Knicks were in the playoffs last year, but they've seemed to fall off a lot. Wizards, they have Harrell. He knows how to win. Kuzma's coming out. Bradley Beal. I think Kemba would excel in this system. I think he would do a lot better than with the Knicks, where the Knicks are like, hey, you want to do everything? You want to just manage everything next to Julius Randle?
I agree. I just don't know how long it would last beyond that. He's on a 1-year deal. Would he just leave after this? I don't know.
Kemba's on 2 year.
It's 2 year? Okay. Yeah. Well, regardless, I mean, I don't know if you're going to get a ton of talent out of him for much longer in his career. I think his career is going to slowly fade away, unfortunately. What's your next trade offer?
So this is the Wizards calling up the Bulls. So they say, hey, we got Spencer Dinwiddie. We want Derek Jones Jr. and we want Kobe White. Let's make this trade.
No.
So who says no?
The Wizards say no.
Wizards say no, really?
Yeah. I don't know. Kobe White, he doesn't have enough potential.
Really? I still see the potential of Kobe White. Kobe White just got pushed back, and now he's the backup point guard playing with a bunch of all-stars. I think he's just on a different timeline.
Now Lonzo's out.
Well, and the Bulls are still winning games. I don't think he's as terrible. I think it'd be nice to get a change of scenery.
It's crazy.
I think Spencer Dinwiddie
still shooting below 40%.
But so the Bulls look at it like, I think for the Wizards it's enough. I think you get a guy like Derek Jones Jr. Obviously, he's a role on a lot of teams. He's just an athletic guy who can run to the rim, may lightly spread the floor. He can.
Yeah,
shoot.
he's garbage. Whatever. Good. They just get rid of him. That would be fine. They're like, whatever to that.
Yeah. But then Spencer Dinwiddie, the best form of Spencer Dinwiddie was a 6-man when he was playing next as a 6-man in Brooklyn. And I think that was the best form of Spencer. I think if he went to the Bulls, instantly they'd be better, assuming they're fully healthy. And he can certainly fill the starting point guard role just fine, just not spread the floor as well as Lonzo.
He's a good tweener. It's like when someone's injured, like, you're happy with him filling in because he's better than other replacements. But when you're fully healthy, you want him to be just part of your arsenal and be that 6-man more type.
Yeah. But I think Kobe White can certainly, I think if you look at it right now, Kobe White, I think can be better than what he's playing. On the Wizards, I don't think Spencer Dinwiddie can be better than the way he's playing. So that's why I think the Wizards would do it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, you'd be shooting for potential. I think they could get someone better.
Teams have done worse.
I don't know. You got another one?
We got 2 more. So this one, the Mavericks get Spencer Dinwiddie, and they're like, take Reggie Bullock's contract, take Josh Green, and we'll give you a 2024 pick swap for Spencer Dinwiddie.
Maybe they actually give up a pick. I feel like. I mean, the Knicks gave up a whole first-round pick for Cam Reddish. I'm sure Spencer Dinwiddie can get a first-round pick from someone.
Yeah. I mean, Josh Green actually he's not just a throwaway player. Josh Green certainly has a lot of potential. It goes along with him with shooting and everything. I think he can fit in their rotation. Reggie Bullock, whatever, he's just for contract and that pick swap. I'm not sold on the Mavericks on Spencer Dinwiddie's fit with Luka's struggle with shooting. Jalen Brunson's not the best shooter. So throwing Dinwiddie in that mix, I mean, he could be your 6-man. That'd be a good fit. But also, that's just a lot of guys on the floor that can't shoot and or struggle shooting. So I'm not sold on the fit. If I would see the Mavericks saying no, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, the fit's definitely questionable. I wouldn't shake up the team for it, I feel like.
This isn't much of a shakeup on the team too, which is the Mavericks are like, here's some bits and pieces. Give us back somebody that can help. I think it's a decent trade. I think both sides would see.
Hey, you're the Wizards one who came up with it. I hope you came up with a decent trade.
I try, but yeah, I see them both saying yes now. Wizards would get back Josh Green, who can be a solid piece, and he would get more of a role. Granted, kind of fitting in the role that Corey Kispert was supposed to fill, and is supposed to fill. Maybe a little redundancy, but oh well, you get some young talent back for. I don't know what they're going to get for Dinwiddie. They're not going to get a better player than Dinwiddie, I don't think, in a trade. So
yeah, no, just because his salary's too big.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to need to just look for salary relief somewhere. But someone might see value in him. Who knows?
For my last trade, I have a straight up swap to the Clippers. Wizards get Eric Bledsoe. Clippers get Dinwiddie. Clearly, like, he's good at defense. He's good at defense and playmaking. We want him next to Bradley Beal. I think it would be an interesting fit. I can see it. Clippers get another guy. Maybe they're like, hey, Reggie Jackson needs more help.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, Bledsoe is better than a lot of people give him credit for. If they are really trying to gun for the playoffs this year, he'd help them a lot more than Dinwiddie is.
Yeah, at least get him to the playoffs. And Dinwiddie, I think, would play fine next to Paul George and Kawhi when they come back. I mean, they'd have him for 3 years, 2 more years after this. So I think Dinwiddie's decent return for Eric Bledsoe, who's also on a 2-year.
It would just be kicking the can down the road, and they'll figure it out. And they could probably rehabilitate him, and people would be like, oh, all of a sudden Dinwiddie's good again because he's on the Clippers, and Ty Lue saved him.
Ty Lue. Yeah, so I like this trade. I think, honestly, if I had to pick one of these to be most likely, it would be this one. Just a straight up swap. Maybe they're like, here's a second because you're taking on a contract for an extra year because Dinwiddie's goes for 3 years. Bledsoe goes for 2 years. So they're like, maybe here's a second to go along with it. I can see both sides convincing the other to put in a second. So, I mean, they're very close. So I think this is most likely to happen. I see the fit with Bledsoe next to Bradley Beal a lot better.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it would be good. I don't know. I think we've had enough Dinwiddie talk. Less to like.
Most he's been talked about all season.